The one thing that we can never escape in life is death and taxes. And the one thing you'll never be able to escape in life in the world of in the comic books is drama. That's right. It goes hand in hand with everything that we do, whether it's right or wrong. It is a fact that when you run a YouTube channel, when you run Twitter, when you run Facebook, when you're on Instagram, somewhere along the line, you will run into a problem. Somewhere along the line, you will run into drama. Sometimes people fake it. Sometimes people choose to run with it. Sometimes people are just drugged into the middle of it. But whatever the case, human beings, right? Human beings just love drama. That's why we watch soap operas. That's why we watch wrestling. That's why we go to the theater, right? And so when you have drama playing out on social media, that's essentially your reality TV. That is your drama, The old meme with the guy eating the popcorn, watching the sparks fly. It's all relevant. So, not to pick on Nick, but we have Ravensloft here making a post, and I want to check this out and see what's being said. So he goes, something I've noticed lately. Does indie and mainstream comics seem like nothing but drama? And fighting each other and not caring about actual comics. Whenever I spend time in the manga side, it's people fighting over storylines and characters. Maybe it's just me. Well, like I said just moments ago, human beings love drama, right? And what happens is some people will drama farm. So that means they will cover drama or engage in drama in order to get more eyeballs on their content, whether that's their Twitter, their YouTube, what have you, right? The book essentially at that point becomes merchandise of said drama farming. Let's see what else he goes on to say. As a creator myself and a reader, I hate getting stuck in drama and seeing it. But I also understand how much engagement and attention it brings your way. But I wonder about the long term effect and worth it has. So I don't think people are really considering long term in the comic book world. And I'll tell you a reason why. Because I think a lot of people at this stage know that comic book industry is not the best it has been in years, right? In fact, it's probably been the worst it has been in years when you got professionals like Mark Millar and Gail Simone now chiming in about how to repair the comic book industry. Where I don't think there is a repair. I think the comic book format, and this is kind of bad for me to say as a comic book creator myself and one who needs the comic book industry to thrive, is that it likely won't. The format seems to be dated to kids. They have been pretty much inundated now to manga, and that is their comic books. The way X-Men and Spider-Man were our comic books back in the days when we were 12 to 16 sort of idea. So the media that younger people consume has changed, and comic books have more or less become for the old 40-year-old, 50-year-old guys still stuck in the 90s, which is me. But I have no problem with that. Nick goes on to say, me personally, I've been trying to think of fun ways to get more people aware of Winnie the Pooh Demon Hunter. It's a project I'm passionate about and I want to share it with others. So basically, here's a little bit of a shill here. If you are looking at a fun story that you can share with anyone, then please consider checking out the newest volume. Nick's ran into drama problems with just Winnie the Pooh itself, right? Being the Disney IP sort of thing that's open up to public domain. And then there are these guys who are making this Winnie the Pooh horror movie and then got mad at Nick, and the two traded shots. Looked like it was fixed, and now it's not. Again, the drama never always continues. Shelley Lopresti's chiming in. She, of course, is the wife of Aaron Lopresti, one of the main players over on the Comicsgate King side. She says, there's always going to be some drama because they are human, which is what I have said. We try to stay out of it because it's not our thing. I think some is about being jealous and some in regards to the mainstream. It's all about the lack of respect for the fans and characters. There are many who don't do drama. But those people do not do drama. What kind of numbers are they bringing in? That's what I'm curious about. The Ravens lost, for sure, and it's understandable if someone gets drawn into drama or a fight but wasn't looking to incite it. Not much you can do there. Well, there is something you can do there. You can not engage, right? Which is something that I struggle with, just being straightforward. Back to the drawing board, since most indies don't have enough story or character to argue about yet. The mainstream actively avoids talking about story in favor of their own drama. Yeah, it's through drama that I find out about most books. I wish we had something like Wizards or a better outlet that would inform of projects rather than what it is now. So the Wizard magazine thing has been talked about before. Oh, we wish that we had Wizard back. Even if you had Wizard back, it'd be a novelty item. You might buy it once or twice, and then no one's going to pick them up. And you know why? Because we're in the internet age. And whatever can be produced in Wizard Magazine, you can find on a website sooner and faster, and it'd be more relevant. Wizard Magazine takes time to make, takes time to print, and by the time you get the information in Wizard Magazine, it's over a month old, right? It's irrelevant at that point. When there's so many websites that you can go to, whether you like the websites or not, they all cover the same sort of shit. Let's see, BR, Bleeding Cool, Bounding in the Comics, whatever it is, right? There are plenty of quote-unquote comic book websites that you can go about and read about and check out the comic books that you like or even hate, you know. So Angry Crow says fight between users. I don't know what he means by user, but Nick counters with creators are worse. Creators fighting with readers. Neff here, the nefarious watcher, says I came close to getting involved in some drama. The guy's hot takes got on my nerves, as did his complete lack of self-awareness. I addressed it in private, though. I just hate it when creators make public drama and split audiences. It's unprofessional, disrespectful, and arrogant. Well, that's because we've learned from what we've been dealing with politically, right? If you don't like someone politically, what do? You try and tear them down. You try and discredit them. You try and run your own narrative to prop yourself up and your position up and tear your enemy down, right? So we've learned that from just how polarized everything is right now. And so by we, I mean the general community has taken these tactics and have applied them into their own personal warfare, their own personal drama. In this case, we're talking comic books. Nick says, you bring up a good point because we as creators forget that the audience is most affected when fights break out. Readers want to see their creators having fun and getting along, but not being forced to take sides. Well, again, that comes down to the political aspect, right? You'll have some on the far left that say silence is violence. That if you don't actively stand up for their side, that means, you're either with us or against us sort of mentality. And again, I think that's been adopted by the tribes as time has moved on. Justice the Genius Child, I don't know about that, says, I see the same thing, especially lately. Nick says, normally I see it come in waves, but I feel like this year alone it's every week. No, it's been every week for a while. This guy, Trevor, says, yep, it's killed my love of comics big time. Nick says, I check out stuff from time to time, but nowhere near as often as I would have in the past, and sometimes I just don't care enough to check about anything. Is that because of drama, though, or just because the work that's being presented just isn't all that exciting and interesting to you? I'd like to know. Trolls always bring toxicity into any movement. This is true. Disgusted Waifu says, are you guys going to fucking beat me to death for not reading enough indie comics, or comics in general, and manga? No. I mean, I'm not. What you choose to read is on you. Rob Curro 85 says, I'll be honest with you, Iconic and some other indie creators never get into the mud like the rest, and I'm glad. We're basically observing from a distance. As both sides eat themselves, even their own movements, there's discourse. Again, a lot of this is political. A lot of this is personal vendetta. A lot of this is competition. I spoke about this at length, that there is competition in comics, okay? There's only so much pie to go around, and everyone wants a slice of it. Not only do they want a slice of it, they want the biggest slice of it, me included. Otto says, mainstream indie creators are moved by engagement to cultivate an audience. I've noticed it a few years ago. The ones not drowning or downing in I think he spelled his word wrong here. I'm gonna assume it's drowning. The ones not drowning in drama struggle to get their stuff funded. You know why that is? Because they're not drawing eyeballs. Like, we want to go to the theater, right? We want to go to wrestling. We want to see Hulk Hogan, tear into the Macho Man, right? We want to see the beef. Why do you watch the UFC, right? And sometimes the prelims is more exciting than the actual show. You got the two guys up on stage. They're talking trash at each other. They're generating heat. They're generating drama, right? Just, when the drama seems to be a little bit more real, it seems to be a little bit more entertaining. Why do you think reality TV exists, a Big Brother and stuff? Because of the quote unquote drama. Even though it was all scripted, it was still drama. The thing about the internet, and YouTube in particular, is that a lot of this is not scripted. It's off the cuff, right? So you're getting a more real sort of sense of reality TV than you ever have before. This guy says it's the dirty underbelly of indie art. Many massively bloated egos. I mean, they're artists. It's a tale as old as time, and that's true. Drama has always existed. It's just you tend to notice it more because, well, we have the internet, right? 25 years ago, you could hate someone to death, but it was very hard to let the public know because you had no platform to do so, right? Unless if you were writing a newspaper or magazine article. To let someone know you didn't like them, you pretty much would have to call them up, write them a letter, or see them in person. Irwin, the author, says, manga actually presents a product. Westerner stuff presents what is equivalent to reality TV and Jerry Springer, because the creator is seen instead of the creation. In fact, I think that could be dwindled down to how religion is handled, thanks to Buddhist influence to manga. I have no idea about how this, how we relate this to religion. We actually do produce a product ourselves. It's called Comicbooks, Western comic books. What I produce is not reality TV or Jerry Springer, at least in the form of my comic book. Now on YouTube, that might be a little bit different. Now drawing. I don't know. With most communities I engage in that are focused on the art, not the story or fighting about anything really. It's just a cold analysis of technique and stuff. I also try really hard to curate and engage with algorithms to provide that stuff. Time and time again, says Colin, I say no drama, hence why I would avoid it. It seems that all the new form of advertisement. Depends on where you look, says RPX. Just like with manga, you have different genres and you go from there. Donald DeLay, it's not just you, it's all I see. Opposite Hedgehog says, I really don't think that that's really the case, especially in the indie side of things. That really depends on the books or writers you are looking to make it enjoyable experience. We'll read a few more of these. I think, there's only 3 more to read anyway. Sammy says, I see all the time, and it's honestly quite insufferable. We'd be working to make comics a more interesting and more exciting environment to be and to explore, rather than just constantly bully, harass each other over some stupid bullshit drama. It's a waste of time. There's a lot of truth to that, but I'm gonna cover why this happens here in a second. Found out to be a good litmus test of it. Someone is worth trusting and following. Just tell them you like Common America. If they give you a positive, neutral response, they're cool. If they get irrationally mad, they aren't worth paying attention to. Well, I don't agree with that. Just because someone doesn't like what you don't like doesn't necessarily mean they're not worth paying attention to. Pumpkin Punk, cool name, says, yeah, because the people are all streamers and YouTubers and not writers and artists. The artists and writers are network with each other, writers and artists, and are introverted weirdos that want to be left alone. They don't talk about who is fucking who or politics. That's not even what the drama is. The drama is more like, my book is better than yours. This book has shit art. This book is using AI, This book is 3 years late. That's sort of the drama that we're running into, right? But here's my take on all this, right? You have, and I see this all the time, because quite honestly, I don't think people know how to be honest with themselves or with others. They say that they don't want drama, but how come when there's a dry, boring show with no drama, you guys aren't watching it? How come when there is a show that there is drama, you're all tuning into it, right? So I'm calling hypocrite. You say you don't want it, but when it happens, my God, are you guys the first in line to sit in the audience and watch the fucking, watch the explosions, go off. Um, there's no matter what you do, drama's gonna be part of life, right? Hell, there's drama at my old workplace. There was a lot of it. There was drama in YouTube. There's drama in video games. I remember the whole teabagging is offensive drama. Okay, there's drama in the old ladies knitting circles. There's drama in the wine community. There's drama in the sneaker community. It doesn't matter where you go, you're going to find drama. And if you're going to be on the internet, if you're going to be on YouTube, if you're going to engage with other people, you got to assume that you will be at some point a target for drama. That's just the way it is. And you need to know how to navigate those waters. Otherwise, your other option is to stop being a social media personality and just do your comic books. That means stay off of YouTube. As in, like, don't create YouTube videos. Don't make hot take posts on your Facebook or Twitter. Really be like that introvert who doesn't, get involved socially and make your comic book. And, I'd be interested to see how all those books do. I'm not trying to sit here and advocate for drama, by the way. I'm just telling you that it's just a part of life. Whether you like it or not, right? It is a pill that we have to swallow. That drama is going to happen. Yes, I agree. Don't go out looking for it, but you have to understand the dichotomy of human beings and the psychology of human beings and how tribal we really are. So LP, man, I'll leave you with that. Look for Nyobi Penguina, the crossover coming in a week or less. As with me, and I get to borrow Ben Dunn's character, and we're going to have a lot of fun. It's like an old school crossover that brings you back to simpler times and more fun of comics. Drama free. Unless, of course, you're looking in the pages of the book itself, where there is all kinds. Subscribe to the channel. We are on the road to 1,000 sexy subscribers strong. I want to count your name among them. Like the video. Leave a comment about this whole drama situation. And if I get enough of them, I'll do a video on the comments. We'll talk to you soon. Peace.